I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another PayPal request for Guillermo. Again, if anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, it could be either directly via my PayPal or part of my Patreon. You can join my Patreon. Or again, send it directly to PayPal. Either way, links to both are down below in the info box. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you. Now, the film he wanted to me review today is Psychokinesis, which I believe is the same director who did Train to Busan, and pretty much the story is about this lady who owns this restaurant, chicken, fast food place, and pretty much the city and these crew are kicking her out of the home, and they're trying to force her out. She doesn't want to go because, hey, this is bullshit. The mom tries to help out, and sadly the mom gets accidentally killed by these asshole people. And a chunk of the film is people around the area being upset that the officials are trying to force them out. So it's trying to be a bit of maybe a social commentary on maybe what's going on in that region at the time. Meanwhile, her father, she's very estranged from her father. Her father left long ago, ran away from responsibility, and the father is some security guy. Has a crappy place. There's really not much to this guy, and at one point he drinks this spring water that's been tainted by some strange meteorite, and he gets these powers, which is the powers of psychokinesis, where he can control stuff with his mind. He can lift items, he can move people. So, it becomes a little bit of a superhero movie. Now, granted, I'm a bit tired of superhero movies. I'm just worn out on superhero films. I miss old school old school action films, Rambos, Commandos, Die Hards, things of that nature, Lethal Weapons. But this wasn't a bad movie. I thought the acting was fine. I didn't mind the guy who played the lead character. Some of the psychokinesis sequences were entertaining enough to watch. There's him first realizing he has these powers, like he throws a cigarette, but he accidentally throws a huge group of trash. He realizes he can do this stuff, so he wants to get into the job of being a magician. But then, meanwhile, his daughter and all these other guys, they're being forced out by this construction company, trying to evict folks out of the area. And there was stuff that was a bit confusing to me, like when the father does arrive, he does this thing where he's making the Thai move like a steak, but the daughter's not impressed. And there are times where he's using powers, and I'm thinking, well, I was going to say, are people really not going to believe that this is real? But sadly, with how people today, I guess that's not that far off course. But when one thing leads to another, when the construction company others get more violent to try to force these people out, then the father starts using his powers for good, where to push the construction workers around, he picks up one guy's arm, makes you do this and this, and then he starts helping the people. There's not a lot of action, sadly. I wish there was more action with the psychokinesis stuff. It's trying to be a bit more about the social commentary about these people being evicted, and this might seem ignorant to say, but I would have preferred more of a hardcore action movie dealing with this power than this social commentary trying to have a message. Maybe that's not dramatic enough or cinematic enough or prim and proper for critical acclaim enough, but that's just my honest opinion on it. Meanwhile, you got the daughter and father slowly bonding with each other. I thought the reason I said slowly, I think they could have done a better job where at first she didn't give a shit about this guy, and then it seemed now she does. She's worried about his health. Oh, what if you keep using that? You know, what if it hurts you? What if it does something to your body? I'm like, there should be a few more scenes of her slowly. When I say slowly, it's not slowly in the good way. It's just, okay, well, wait a minute. You went from A to D. Where's B and C? I think there's a bit more they could have done with the build up of the bonding between the father and daughter. The finale, it was a bit weird watching this, considering what's going on. Protesters dealing with the cops, and then you have the father shoving the cops around. Like, he breaks a jail cell open and he flies over to where the protests are, and he's bumbling at times, but he's just battling the cops. But not too much, because they are cops. But again, maybe just the wrong time of me seeing this because of what's been going on. So it's a bit weird seeing a movie about protests and your lead character battling cops. Also, because it's that, you can't really do too much with it, because you can't go all out, because then you'd have the viewer going, well, wait a minute, he's crippling these cops, or he's breaking the bones, or he's killing cops. You can't do that. So then you have to hold back. So I would have preferred it not be cops. I would have preferred just be like these asshole, fine, you want to call it more one-dimensional, fine. I think that would have been more fun to see him really go crazy with these powers and go all buck wild. But you have to hold a little bit back because of the situation you've built up story-wise. Now, do I hate the film? No. I thought, funny enough, with all the superhero movies, there hasn't been a lot recently with that power of psychokinesis. Maybe a little bit of what Jean Grey does in Dark Phoenix, but I like this more than Dark Phoenix, I'll say that. And yeah, I thought the actors did fine. I grew to not mind the lead character, the father, where you slowly get gauge that he does want to do the right thing for his daughter and doesn't want to run away again like he did way back in the day. The effects are fine, sometimes a little bit wonky here and there, sometimes not too shabby. It was one of those films I'm watching and I'm just like, time waster. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. I think if you watch the trailer, you pretty much get a gauge of what movie you're getting. I didn't mind some of the characters. The lead character. I didn't mind the power that was used, and me just going, okay, what's he going to do with this now? The sequences of him using that I thought were decent enough. Funny enough, I think the scene where he's battling the construction workers, or like these people trying to beat up his daughter and that seemed more of a fun scene than the big finale. Maybe because in the finale it's a lot of him kind of flying around, and it's like, okay, I'm not watching Superman. Okay, I get it, because of telekinesis he can fly around, but okay, I'm not watching Hancock, where Hancock's drunk and he's bumbling around, which I like that more than this. That's what I'm watching, I'm going, I can see why I haven't heard of this film before. It's nothing that I'm going to really, I'll never watch again. It was harmless. There's really nothing that made me mad. It was just kind of there. I know it's not much of a energetic review. It's not much of a recommendation. It's not a bad movie. It's just, maybe I'm just tired of superhero films. Maybe because of the way they wrote it. I will like to have seen go more buck wild. Maybe because of the protests going on, we have a finale where the protests are battling the police. It's a bit weird. So maybe it's the timing of me seeing this movie. It was there. I didn't hate the film, but yeah, I'm just repeating myself. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.